Yes, my friends and family. Welcome back. Today we're going to jump right into an event that's happening in the Caribbean. Jamaica has just signed a $1.2 billion deal with the Africa Exim Bank. Let me break it down to you. Excuse me. This is not just another loan. Yes, as I was saying, Jamaica is quietly slipping out of the IMF leech and looking towards Africa for strength. For decades, Washington and Europe used the IMF and the World Bank like change, debt, austerity, cutbacks. But now Africa owned bank is stepping in and Jamaica is signaling it's ready to pivot. This is the West Best Media. My name is Never Potts. And if you like what you're hearing and want to see more, please subscribe, like, and share. Now let's talk history. For over 40 years, the IMF was the master key to Jamaica finance. Every bailout came with a string. Privatize this, cut that, starve your people in the name of financially physical discipline. Schools, hospital, jobs, all sacrifice at the altar of debt and sustainability. Nigel Clark, our finance minister, played the ball, brought the debt down, and got pats on the back from Washington. But everyone knows the IMF model: keep us dependent, never free. Now here comes Africa, Afrim, Afrim Bank. Africa answer to the IMF, but there's a difference. Their money comes with partnership, no punishment. Instead of telling you to cut your health budget, they are asking, how do we build trade? How do we connect Africa and the Caribbean? That $1.2 billion deal is for infrastructure, tourism, and trade development. It's about expansion, not construction. It's a revolution in how small countries like Jamaica can finance their future. Now, there's a global awakening, and this isn't happening in isolation. Look around. BRICS Plus expanding. Africa forming new alliance. Latin America shaking off the US control. The global south is to tired of begging the IMF for scraps. We are building our own banks, our own system, our own trade network. For Jamaica, this isn't survival. The Caribbean has been waiting for Africa to rise. Once Africa shows it can defend itself, its interests, military, financially, and politically, the Caribbean can finally break away from the Western dictators. But here's the political angle. Don't think for a second this move is accidental. This is what I'm thinking. Nigel Clark may be sitting sitting at the IMF today, but this his fingerprints are all over this African bank. He knows the system. He knows the trap. And if he comes back to Jamaica politics, this could be an ace card for him. Meanwhile, the PNP will be talking, but but unless they grasp that the future in Africa is in Africa, they're just recycling the same old dependency. The bottom line, Jamaica is turning to African affix in bank. It's bigger than a loan. It's a signal. The IMF era is ending and a new financial axle is forming. Kingston to Cairo, Lagos to Montego Bay. For the first time since independence, we have an option that don't run through Washington or through Brussels. And trust me, the West sees it. That's why you'll see more pressure, more propaganda, more talks of risk, because the IMF change are finally being cut. This isn't just economics. This is freedom in motion. Jamaica to Africa, Africa to the Caribbean. The global south is rising. The IMF era is over. The only question is, are we bold enough to step fully into this new future? That's the question for the Caribbean. Is the Caribbean bold enough to step into this new future and embrace the African bank? Give me your thoughts. Drop me a line. Subscribe, share, so we can spread this word around, so other people can see what's going on in the Caribbean and know the truth of how Africa is stepping in to help free the Caribbean from the IMF and the World Bank. The superpower that used to be will no longer be. The global south, Africa is stepping up. For too long, Africa had been subdued, but it's rising. And when Africa, that tide rise, the Caribbean will be with Africa. So for now, peace and love, my brothers and sisters. And let's share this. Let's spread the word so our brothers and sisters can know what's going on in the Caribbean and how Africa and the Caribbean are moving much closer together. Thanks for watching. Have a pleasant day.